But after that win, various sports media outlets started to twerk it up. And one of them, of course, is ESPN. ESPN, I even saw a clip yesterday on their channel that said, I didn't see it, but I saw the thumbnail. It goes, where do we rank LeBron's performance amongst his greatest performances ever? And I'm like, what? But nevertheless, they continue to happen. They continue to do it. So what happened? Yesterday, surfing through YouTube, and I see a clip from inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and these guys. And they're talking about the Lakers and the Warriors. So I click on the clip and it said something about Charles Barkley goes off. And I click on the clip to hear what Charles Barkley was going off about. Well, apparently, Charles, after seeing the way the people in the media have been behaving ever since the Lakers won the championship against the Clippers, he started calling out these media people, ESPN and others, for the way that they were hyping up the Lakers, who are a 9th seed, and forcing them down the throats of NBA fans like as if we're talking about a 2 or 3 seed in the Western Conference. So for those of you who didn't hear what Charles Barkley had to say, want to play it for you now, and then want to come back and get into this show. Take a listen to what Charles Barkley had to say here.
And they are in the play-in, but they are a dangerous team that I can't imagine anyone wants to play, and Chuck is laughing.
Because I'm so sick of these fools on other networks talking about the Lakers and the Warriors. We don't brag about any other play-in teams, do we? I understand Steph is great and LeBron is great. Ain't nobody worried about the Lakers and the Warriors in the West.
You don't think so?
I would say this, Chuck.
Okay, go ahead and say it, Killer.
If Tom Brady was in a play-in situation, you'd be like, that's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So that's what LeBron and Steph are.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Man, nobody's worried about the Lakers and the Warriors. They're playing good right now. But let me tell you something. These teams in the West are not worried about the Lakers and the Warriors. We be kissing these guys' ass so much. We don't brag about the number 9 teams in the East. They ain't got no chance. The Lakers and the Warriors, they're on a little spell. They're doing well. LeBron was amazing last night. But they're not going to beat those teams up top,
But
period.
it's 2 of the best players that
Ever. I understand. They are. But they're not no threat to those teams in the West. So stop juicing them up. Well, listen, I do. I get so sick of these guys on other networks just juicing these dudes up all the time. Hey, Steph and LeBron are 2 of the greatest to ever do it. Nobody in the West is worried about the Lakers and the Warriors. I guarantee you that.
Question. Last year, the Lakers were in the play-in, and they came out and they beat the 2-seeded Memphis Grizzlies. So a very similar situation, a young OKC team, a younger Minnesota team. Experience doesn't matter too much?
For me, I hear what Chuck is saying, but the only thing I disagree is because when you play in a series, you have guys who have the ability to rest. You have the greatest players in the history of the game. You have a lot of things going for you. They know how to play on the road. So it's not like we're talking about an up-and-coming star.
I wouldn't want to play Golden State.
Can they win a series? Can they win? Yes, they can win a series. But the question is, they got no chance of getting to the Western Conference Finals. Could they luck up and win a series? Either one of those teams, yes.
I'll go with that.
But they're not a threat to get to the conference finals. That's not going to happen, man. Stop juicing these guys up.
Season ended today.
No, producer, man.
Clippers will play the Suns.
Ooh.
Nuggets would play the Pelicans.
I'm not taking the Suns over the Clippers.
It's a tough matchup.
I'm not taking the Suns over the Clippers. And I live in Phoenix, and I love the Suns. But I'm not taking them over the Clippers. You taking them over the Clippers, Shaq?
Well, Shaq is a Clipper hater, so.
That's a good point, Adam. Kenny, Clippers, Suns.
I'm going Suns, because you know why?
Toss up.
No, you know why?
Clippers are deeper.
I know what Booker going to do. Clippers,
You don't know what Kawhi going to do?
Yeah, I know what Kawhi going to do, but what about the other 2? They've known to.
The Suns got something to prove after that, too. Because James Harden and Paul George, they're going to have to play well. But exactly. I got no problems with Kawhi. That cyborg, he going to bring it. And Norman Powell, probably the best 6th man in the NBA right now. So I told you, if Denver or the Clippers don't win the West, I'll be shocked.
So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say. Listen, I'm not surprised by this. The question one has to ask is, why are they doing this? Well, I think the answers are the following. Number one, LeBron is still the face of the NBA. So whenever something is happening around him, you're going to try to push it. as much as you can to maximize whatever revenues you can make by selling ads against those shows that are talking about LeBron James. So that's one thing. Number two, you have the fan base, right? Lakers have a very, very big fan base, them and the Celtics and the Bulls, I'm sure. So obviously there are a lot of Laker fans out there that want to hear news about the Lakers. And I think those reasons are the reasons why it supersedes winning. Because with the Lakers, it's just whatever news that's surrounding the Lakers, it's okay to talk about. Whether they're winning, that's a great story. If they're losing, well, the story is why they're losing, right? So the Lakers are like the perfect storm. So to Charles's point, whenever do we talk about a 9 seed, when we talk about a 9 seed, we talk about a 9 seed, it's the Lakers. Even at the Warriors. The Warriors are the golden standard in the NBA. Yeah, I know the Lakers have the most championships historically, but the Warriors are the gold standard of the NBA as we currently speak. I don't even think that's up for debate. Over the last 10 years, the Warriors have been the number one organization in the entire NBA. I don't even think it's close. It's not the Lakers, it's not the Celtics, it's not Miami, it's none of those teams. It's the Golden State Warriors. They are the most valuable NBA team by a very good margin. By a very, very good margin. They're one of the most well-run organizations in terms of building through the draft, in terms of maintaining a certain level of excellence. It's the Golden State Warriors. They're them. So I can understand people in the media talking about them, number one. Number two, also given the recent success that the Warriors had just 2 seasons out, it's understandable. But in the case of the Lakers, I think it's just the Lakers are the Lakers, and then you have LeBron James. So it's a perfect storm, and therefore they're going to talk about them, excuse me, as much as possible. As much as possible. I think people in television, in terms of producers, are some of the laziest producers in terms of thinking of topics that will engage an audience.